Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and this is your F1 Styrian Grand Prix driver ratings and team ratings video. So right, now we mark the drivers and the teams for all their performances during the whole Grand Prix weekend. So let's start off. Usually I start off with Mercedes, but I think it's only fair that we should start with Red Bull first in this video for a change. So right, here we go. Red Bull, Max Verstappen, 10 out of 10. Total domination this weekend by Max Verstappen. Absolutely dominated that Grand Prix, start to finish. And that lap in qualifying, absolutely fantastic. Wow, this Dutch driver, Max Verstappen, has such a great talent. He really does, and he is going to go far in his F1 career with this package, what Red Bull got now. Absolutely 100%. He is going to go far. Max Verstappen in the form of his life, and it's great stuff. It really is. Sergio Perez, 7 out of 10. P5 in qualifying and P4 in the race. Got unlucky on the pit stop. He had a bit of a slow pit stop, but Red Bull soon redeemed themselves with the pit stop, with Max Verstappen doing it in about 2 seconds. Of course, for the Hungarian Grand Prix, they are going to be slowing down pit stops, and it's causing so much of an uproar because Red Bull are literally the best at doing pit stops. So I can understand why Christian Horner is so unhappy about it. But yeah, Sergio Perez tried to track it down Bottas, but ran out of laps, unfortunately. A couple more, and I reckon Perez would have had Bottas. So right, Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton, 9 out of 10, P2 in qualifying, well actually P3, but got promoted to P2 because of the Valtteri Bottas penalty. But in the race, he had absolutely no chance keeping up with Max Verstappen, but a comfortable second place for Lewis Hamilton. So it just shows in F1 in a moment, we've got two fantastic drivers. We got Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, both such amazing drivers. A comfortable second place to Hamilton. He couldn't do any more than that, really. So, yeah, 9 out of 10. Solid weekends for the British driver. And also got fastest lap of the race, which was the extra championship point. So, yeah, decent for Lewis Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas, 9 out of 10. I thought it was actually a solid weekend for Bottas, Obviously, he got a bit fortunate with the Perez misfortune, but he qualified P2, but obviously dropped back to P5, but P3 in the race. So, a great podium that for Valtteri Bottas. And I gave Valtteri Bottas a lot of stick recently, but this weekend I actually thought he was quite good. So, more of that, please, Valtteri. It'd be great if he can perform more like that. Because with Perez performing for Red Bull, Mercedes really need Valtteri Bottas to perform for the team. So yeah, decent weekend for Bottas. McLaren, Lando Norris, 10 out of 10. A perfect weekend, P3 in qualifying, P5 in the race. Absolutely wipes the floor with Daniel Ricciardo all weekend. And Lando Norris, of course, continues his run of being the only driver to score points in every Grand Prix in 2021 so far. Yep, well done to Lando Norris. Daniel Ricciardo, 0. A shocking weekend for the Australian driver. What on earth is going on with Daniel Ricciardo? Absolutely nowhere. Qualified, P14 or P13 and finished P13 in the race. got a decent start, moved up to P8, but then the pace completely dropped off. It's shocking by Daniel Ricciardo. Definitely got to up his game, because McLaren have lost a few points on Ferrari because Daniel Ricciardo finished outside the points. Come on, Daniel, where is your pace? For goodness sake. Where are you? Oh, dear me. Shocking by the Australian. It really is a shit show. Ferrari. Charles Leclerc. 6 out of 10. Now, you got to mark him down a bit because he had really a poor qualifying and was at fault for the Gasly collision, but made a good recovery drive and finished about, I think it's P7 or P6, so some decent points to Charles Leclerc, but definitely at fault for the Pierre Gasly incident, so that's why I'm marking him down. Carlos Sainz, 6 out of 10, an average weekend really for Carlos Sainz. You know, both Ferraris, well, Leclerc took part in Q3, but Sainz missed out on Q3, but scored some points. So, in the end, an average weekend really for Carlos Sainz. So, yeah, 6 out of 10. Alpine, Fernando Alonso, 9 out of 10. Another fantastic weekend by the double world champion. Definitely starting to find his groove now, Fernando Alonso, and it's great to see. It really is. Wipes the floor with Esteban Ocon all weekend. Just brilliant by Fernando Alonso. P9 in qualifying and P9 in the race, I believe. So, yeah, great weekend for Fernando Alonso. Esteban Ocon, 0. I mean, I do not know what's happened to Ocon since he signed his new contract, but he's been terrible, Esteban Ocon. So, yeah, 0. Absolutely nowhere near Fernando Alonso this weekend. P14 in the race, I believe. Shocking. Not good enough by Esteban Ocon there. AlphaTauri, Pierre Gasly, 7 out of 10. You know, fantastic in qualifying and got so unlucky in the race. He really did when Charles Leclerc made that contact. Yuki Tsunoda, 7 out of 10. You know, did well in qualifying, but then had that 3 grid place penalty. Moved back the order, but still scored some decent points. So, I say that's a solid weekend to Yuki Tsunoda, because he's been under a lot of criticism recently. So, yeah, well done to Yuki. He needed that strong weekend, you know, because he's been getting a lot of stick recently, and rightly so as well. But when he performs well, he has got the potential to be a great driver, Yuki Tsunoda. He really has. Aston Martin, Sebastian Vettel, 4 out of 10. Disappointing weekend after having some solid weekends recently. You know, Vettel finished outside the points. Yeah, P12, because he got passed by Kimi Raikkonen near the end of the race, his former Ferrari teammate. So, not a great weekend for Sebastian Vettel. Lance Stroll, 5 out of 10, an average weekend for him, really. Not a great weekend for Aston Martin this weekend, I have to say. Alfa Romeo, Kimi Raikkonen, 6 out of 10. I mean, you have to mark him down because P18 in qualifying and going off into gravel, absolutely shocking, but a great recovery drive in the race, you know, to finish P11, so unlucky not to finish in the points. So, yeah, I think that's a generous score for Kimi Raikkonen. Antonio Giovinazzi, 6 out of 10. Did really well in qualifying, but where was he in the race? Absolutely nowhere, Antonio Giovinazzi. Believe he finished P16, miles behind Kimi Raikkonen. So, yeah, that's why you got to mark Giovinazzi down. Haas, Nikita Mazepin, 2 out of 10. Really, yep, spanning qualifying, just usual stuff for Nikita Mazepin, I'm afraid. Looks out of his depth. I mean, 2 out of 10, I thought 0 may have been a bit harsh, but you certainly can't go any higher than 2 out of 10. Mick Schumacher, 6 out of 10. Decent weekend for Mick, I believe. So, yeah, that's a generous score. Of course, the 2 Haas cars having a good race. But Mick Schumacher, once again, I believe, finished ahead of Nikita Mazepin. So, definitely looks like Mick Schumacher is the lead driver at Haas at the moment. Of course, we know Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher can't do much in that Haas car because they're not developing it. They're completely switched focus to the 2022 car. So, yep. So, decent weekends for Mick Schumacher. Williams, George Russell, 10 out of 10. P11 in qualifying. Unfortunately, retired in the race though. George Russell, so unlucky. He's literally running in P7 or 8 in the race until he had a problem with his pit stop and then he had a reliability issue and had to retire. Oh, I was gutted for him. He gets absolutely no luck whatsoever, George Russell. Come on, Mercedes, sign him up, please. His career being wasted in that Williams, I'm sorry, is an absolute joke. Nicholas Latifi, 2 out of 10. Really just... Yeah, well, I'm not going to give him 0 because actually he did okay in qualifying, but still got out-qualified by George Russell and at times struggled in a race, absolutely nowhere. So, yep, that's a fair score for Latifi, 2 out of 10. So, right, team ratings. Red Bull Racing, 10 out of 10. Dominated the whole weekend. Absolutely fantastic. Mercedes, 8 out of 10. Some really good points finishing P2 and P3, but no chance competing with Red Bull this weekend. McLaren, 6 out of 10. Great weekend to Norris, but you got to mark them down for Daniel Ricciardo's shit show. You really have. Ferrari, 7 out of 10. Some really decent points and gained some points on McLaren. Alpine, 6 out of 10. Great weekend for Fernando Alonso, but again, got to mark them down because of Ocon's poor showing. AlphaTauri, 7 out of 10. Really good weekends at AlphaTauri. Aston Martin, 4 out of 10. Shocking weekends for them. Really was a bad weekend for the Aston Martin team. Alfa Romeo, 6 out of 10. Again, got to mark them down because of the poor qualifying by Kimi Raikkonen and poor race face by Antonio Giovinazzi was shocking. Haas, 4 out of 10. Standards for them as always. And Williams, 7 out of 10. George Russell, very unlucky not to score any points. But that is the team ratings done. And driver ratings for the Styrian Grand Prix done. Join me on Thursday for a preview to the Austrian Grand Prix. Yes, we go again at Austria. So I'll be doing a preview on Thursday, Saturday a qualifying review, Sunday driver ratings. No, sorry, not driver ratings. Race review. And then Monday, driver ratings and team ratings. I used to do driver ratings and team ratings in my race reviews, but now I do them in separate videos, and it's very popular, so I'm glad I decided to change that format. Comment your thoughts down below, I will always reply, and join me again for more videos. This is my 4th video I've recorded today, but I'll be uploading this tomorrow morning. Wow, I really have been busy. Bye-bye.